I spent over 10 years building my dream closet. I created an entire spare bedroom filled with all my clothes, my shoes, handbags, accessories, and just everything. And a few months ago, I got rid of nearly everything, about 90% of everything. And not because I hate style and fashion. I've loved it since I was in middle school, and it's something that will always be a part of me. But I let go of everything because that identity that was created isn't the woman that I am today. And I had to make a big shift. And what I didn't realize through this whole entire ordeal is I gained over 400 hours of my time back because I did the calculations. So here's how it all started. I've been a creative since since I was a child, and I talk about it in my debut book, Release and Renew. As I started to get older, as this little creative girl, when I got to middle school, I started exploring my creative expression through style and fashion. And that carried along and continued to evolve with me as I went through middle school and high school. And in high school, like during your senior year, how they have most likely to this and most likely to that, I was in the categories of most reliable, best dressed, and I was something else. I can't remember. So I was in those two categories. I ultimately ended up getting most reliable, but I was nominated in the category for best dressed in high school because, again, style and fashion just was always a way for me to express myself creatively. Fast forward to adulthood, I was just, in the beginning, I was just following the trends, what was popular, what was hot, all of the things. But I would say around 25 or so, I really started to understand personal style and identify what my personal style was and really get clear on my personal style. Now, I've always been a girl who loves color, print, texture. I love all of that. So in my 20s, develop a personal style. And if you know anything about personal style, that develops, as you get older, as you step into different seasons of life. So my personal style was developed in my 20s, changed in my 30s, and it's definitely been renewed in my 40s. During the pandemic, again, I was in a corporate leadership career in healthcare, and there was like half the days I would be in scrubs and half the day I would be, dressed as a leader. So I would always, always, always get compliments about how I dressed as a leader. Like everywhere I go, not just at work, but just like out in the world too, going to the grocery store, going to a shopping center, wherever I was at, I would always get compliments. So during the pandemic, while we were all shut down and in the house, I started style blogging. And that kind of took off out of nowhere. My focus for my style blogging was helping professional corporate leaders add more color, texture, and prints to their wardrobes. Like workwear doesn't have to be boring. It can be bold and colorful. So that was like my niche. And like I said, it took off. And what started out to what started out as something as a creative outlet and as creative expression quickly became a job. I was able to work with some really cool brands that I enjoyed, received so many, beauty, clothes, just like, how they send you promo things from brands. I would just be getting so much stuff. I would be shopping because, again, when you're style blogging, you have to be up on the latest and the greatest. So I was doing a lot of shopping. Like, girl, my shopping was like ridiculous. And again, this is how I was able to turn an entire bedroom into my dream closet. I would just be doing the most. So over the years, so I would say, yeah, well over 10 years, I was accumulating just clothes, shoes, bags, like all of the things. So when I bought my condo, I had the vision to turn my bedroom into my dream closet. So I had the vision, I created the design, I knew how I wanted everything laid out. So I bought all the materials, everything I needed, and I had my dad come over and help me execute on the vision. And it turned out beautiful. In my thumbnail, you can see I have half of the closet what it used to look like, and then half of the closet when I kind of got rid of everything. But now it looks even different because everything is out, like the railings, everything has been attached. Has been taken out. But the reason why I am talking about this today is because it was very exciting. It was a very exciting time to be style blogging, to create a space, like really dream up this space and bring it to life, like my creative vision. Like I'm a creative, so that brought me a lot of joy. But I just had so many things. So the second bedroom was the full closet, and then the actual closet inside the bedroom was my shoe closet. So again, I designed that area too, had someone come in, put shelving in for me, all of the things. But at some point, all of the stuff, and again, it was beautifully organized. Everything had its place. It was a true dream closet. But at some point, just all of the stuff, it got too heavy. It got too heavy. I was surrounded by organized clutter, so much decision fatigue, because when you're going somewhere, like, okay, what am I going to wear? It's like when you have too many options and then you become overwhelmed with the options, just the mental weight of just having all of this stuff, even though it was beautifully organized and everything had its place, even like down to my sunglasses. I had a makeup vanity in the room, all the makeup, lipsticks, everything was just beautifully organized. But it took time organizing that stuff. So again, like spending the time on the organizing, shopping had become a part of my identity. And girl, we living in a time now where I would rarely go inside to shop, inside a store to shop. So doing tons of online shopping, things just coming. And I did have a level of emotional attachment to some of these things. So to say the least, like it was a lot. It was a lot. Something that used to once bring me joy and allowed me to create and express myself just became extremely overwhelming. And when I was already going through like the roots of my career burnout were already in motion. And if I'm honest, taking on the style blogging and that becoming like a job, like that was a lesson that I learned too. Like, if it's something that you truly love, like some type of expression, don't try to monetize it, because it just ruins the whole experience. It sucks the joy right out of it. So the style blogging added to my burnout. Even if it was a small amount, it still added to that. I had also, going through the burnout, adding to it, now I have this dream closet. I am out of the burnout. Now I know I'm skipping ahead. I'm out of the burnout. The dream closet is still here. It's so much stuff. Recovering from burnout, lost the 60 pounds. Stuff doesn't fit like it used to, physically and emotionally. And just realizing I didn't want to allow this stuff to take up more capacity in me physically or emotionally either, and just really becoming clear on the woman that I was stepping into. It just did not fit that identity anymore. So when I tell you, girl, I got rid of like 90% of all my stuff. Now, here's like the timeline. So I would say it took me like 10 years plus or so to accumulate all these things. It took me, I was doing the style blogging for about 4 years. So then all of the stuff that I accumulated during that time. And then it literally took me about 9 months to like purge everything. So I sold stuff, I donated stuff, and I let my friends just come over and shop the closet, get whatever they wanted. Actually, I let my friends shop the closet first, and then I sold some stuff, and then I donated the stuff that I couldn't sell. And then there were like a few pieces that I kept, but most of the stuff is I just got rid of it. The few items that I did keep, I actually moved into my bedroom, into the bedroom closet, like a normal, like a normal person, not having a spare bedroom, to have your entire closet. And when I was going through, because I have my notes, I don't want to forget anything. When I was going through the season of like sorting out stuff and what I wanted to get, I was so shocked when I was looking at the tags, like what the dress was made out of. And I was almost like slightly disgusted with like how much of our clothing that we wear on our bodies every day is like made of acrylic and plastics and just all of this junk. I was like, I don't know why it never really seeped into my thoughts before, like the true materials your clothing is made out of. But I had that revelation too during that purging period. And I just came to the realization that I just wanted a more easeful wardrobe. I wanted to focus on quality over quantity. So that's where the purging came in. And I really wanted to, again, focus on the woman that I was stepping into post-career burnout, post following style and fashion trends, building a life that I desire, a life that brings me joy, that's rooted in calm, that's rooted in ease, alignment, and intentionality. That was the life that I was building. So I really wanted to focus on having, for lack of a better word, like a capsule wardrobe, like this wardrobe of key items that I could use and style a multitude of ways. I really wanted to focus on what items were made out of, really focusing on 100% cotton, organic cotton, linen. I live in Florida, so love good linen, breathable materials, satin and silk items, like putting all of the rayon, the polyester, like that, no, get that out of here. So I was really focusing on those types of things, the natural fibers. And then again, like just being intentional about the pieces and how I wanted to dress, not having decision fatigue and all of this rigmarole around, oh, what am I going to wear today? I just really wanted to focus on what I call having a easeful, intentional wardrobe, because embodying this woman that I was stepping into wasn't just about that mindset. It's about the environment that I was cultivating as well. So I've cultivated my home to be very calm and easeful and joyful and relaxed. And then when I went into this bedroom, again, although things were very beautifully organized and in its place, it didn't say intentional. It didn't say calm. It didn't say easeful. So I really wanted to embody that woman that I was stepping into. So again, what I did not realize during all of this, but it makes sense after, because I'm a organized, I'm a systems girl. So I like to put things together and see what kind of results we can get. So I was able to do some calculations on just like how much time I was spending organizing, how much time I was spending on mindless shopping, how long I was spending on trying to figure out what to wear to work, out to brunch, here, there, everywhere. And I calculated that I would be saving, with all the stuff that I named, about 80 hours a year. 80 hours a year. So over a 5-year period, that's over 400 hours. Not mindless shopping, not wasting time on trying to figure out what to wear, not just having the overwhelming amount of stuff that needs to be organized and placed into seasons and just all of the things. So over a 4-year time, I'm saving, or should I say I'm getting back 400 hours of my time. That's crazy, isn't it? It's so crazy. And the time isn't the only thing that I'm gaining back as well. I'm gaining a new dedicated space because now everything is out of that room, and I just have a little corner right now that I kind of call my little paint corner. But now I have a dedicated space to turn into whatever I want it to be. And right now I still don't know. I'm still imagining what I want that space to look like, but I do have a painting corner. I also gained the mental clarity again, just like all of that stuff. It's just like stuff. It just clouds your mind, your brain, just thinking about all of that stuff. It allowed me to have an easeful wardrobe to allow me to just wake up in the morning, have these, things in my capsule wardrobe and be able to style them easily and in multiple different ways. It allowed me to have peace and capacity, not spending my time and my energy on a bunch of clothes and shoes and accessories. Girl, I got rid of the handbags and all. I got rid of nearly everything. I think I kept maybe 3 handbags. I will say the thing that I kept the most of, that I didn't get rid of every single pair, was my shoes. I did keep a good amount of those, but I was able to also get rid of some of those and donate them too. And then it just allowed me, what I gained was to, again, align my identity, the woman who I am today, or at the time, the woman I was stepping into, allow that identity to be aligned for a more intentional way that I'm living today. Because, like I said before, when you're stepping into a new woman, when you're stepping into a new season, it's not just about having the mindset. That is important, but you have to also be that person in your environment, and not just your physical environment, but your internal environment as well. So I have some questions for you to think about. What in your life is silently taking up more time and energy than you would like? Again, if I could just imagine like all the times I spent shopping. And again, I do still like to shop. I still do like style and fashion. I still do offer that service. Actually, I'm working with a client right now where I am helping her style some looks for a few speaking engagements that she has coming up. But just the way that I look at style and fashion now is just much, much more intentional and aligned for the woman that I am today. Also, you want to ask yourself, what identity are you holding on to because it once fit? Again, I had to break away from that identity of just having all these clothes and shoes and bags and accessories and makeup, and that's just not me anymore. And it doesn't take away from me wanting to present well, because if you ever saw me in real life, girl, I'ma always have it on, but not just having stuff just for the sake of having stuff, just being more intentional about the pieces that you're buying, about the pieces that you're investing in, and the quality of the material. And then also ask yourself, what would letting go make space for? Again, I'm talking about physical space, but also mental space. When you get all of that stuff, when I got all of that stuff out there, it opened up a lot of just mental space that I didn't have to worry about. And it opened up physical space where I can now turn that space into whatever I desire in this season of my life. So that is why I decided to get rid of my dream closet, because it just no longer embodied the woman that I was stepping into and the woman that I was becoming. Because embodiment, when you're stepping into new seasons, is also required in addition to the mindset. I'm Erica Prevail, and I share daily conversations helping driven, purpose-led women rework their relationship with ambition, capacity, rest, and creativity. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.